Alrighty. The video you guys have been waiting on, Parteehard's settlement. Now, I done ran the numbers and looked at the deductions, compared it to another lease driver that worked at this same company to see if his deductions are any different than the other lease driver. That I think the other lease driver is the person that brought him over there. Pretty sure it is. Okay, let's take a look. He didn't run too far. He didn't do too many miles. He didn't do too many loads, obviously, because he knew he was going on vacation. Started off over in Vancouver, Washington. Took a load over to Idaho, 705 miles. He gets 88%, so we're not even going to factor the 12% in. Load paid $1,200. That comes out to $1.43 per mile. After he got over from Idaho Falls, he only did hit at 7 miles. Well, to get the first load, he only did hit at 18 miles, so it's virtually no dead hit whatsoever. So dead hit at 7 miles over to Shelley, Idaho, and then he took that load pretty much back to the terminal, Morris, Illinois. 1,663 miles. Get 88%. $2,464 is what the load pretty much paid him. That comes out to $1.48 per mile. This is drive-in, by the way. Total gross, $3,476. Okay. So we ran in the truck for $1 and what, 45 cents on average? Dollar and let me sure now. If you take his gross, $3,476, and divide it by the total amount of miles he did, $2,392, it comes out to $1.45 per mile. With the latest greatest shoe shine truck, all brand new, leather on the seats, you know, all that good stuff. Truck note, okay, the truck lease, $945 a week. They hit him with a $200 cleaning fee, probably because this is just looking at the check. Vladimir probably looked at this check and looked at the fact that he was about to go on home time, and he said, yeah, I don't think this driver coming back. Let's just go ahead and charge him a cleaning fee, $200. So they charged him $200, and then they said, let's just charge him to fill the tanks back up too, because we don't think he coming back. So they just went on, and I guess they just filled, well, they didn't fill the truck up. They just put a random number on here, $550, because if they would have actually went to an actual truck stop and filled it up and charged them that amount, it wouldn't be $550 even. And they're not prepaying with an EFS card. That's not how that works. You know, EFS cards, you gotta give it to the lady, go out there, pump the fuel, come back, get the receipt, and then they'll, you know, approve it. They ain't gonna let you prepay. So they just randomly charge them $550. You got windshield repair. Like I said, they already figured he ain't coming back. $325. Maybe the windshield got a crack in it or something. I don't know. I know they got the trucks from Penske. I don't know if Penske charged the carriers if there's a crack in the windshield or not. They may not. If they do, the windshield on average, it do cost about I would say $325. So assuming they had to get a new windshield, that's about how much it should cost for a semi truck. Fuel card missing. I guess he didn't leave the fuel card in the cup holder, so they just came up with $150. Now, of course, we know it's $0 to get a new EFS card. You just pick up the phone, EFS, I need a new card, and they'll just send you one for free. Don't nobody pay for no fuel card. So they just came up with $150. That just, I don't know why they did that. Just being Russians, I guess. Administrative fee, $150. That, to me, that's a waste of money, because That's just a waste of money. Occupational accident insurance, $40. Like I tell all truck drivers that work with these Russians, that's just $40 in their pocket. I don't want you guys to think that you actually signed up for some type of occupational accident insurance. You ain't covered under nothing at all. It's just $40 going in their pocket. Physical damage insurance, aka the authority. Y'all know, all of you guys that lease a truck, you pay for your own authority. I pay $1,000 a month for my authority, so let's see how much the authority costs over here. What are we paying? $259 a week times 4. So you guys pay what I pay for my authority, $1,036. So we pay the same thing for our authority. It's just I got full control, my name on the door. And you guys, even though you got me, we pay the same thing. It's Vladimir name on the door. But as long as we paying the same thing. Now, if you guys want to put your name on the door, I got that insurance lady probably in the description box. Y'all can call and probably pay the same thing as, yeah, y'all get it, okay? IFTA, $35. Trailer lease, $235. Now, y'all know if you go on repower.com, that's where I get my Russian trailers from. It's gonna run you about $235 on average per week, but they don't charge it per week. You pay whatever, however long you want it, you pay the full amount right then and now. So if you want it for a whole month, you know, $800 something, pay the bill, use it for a whole month, turn it back in. But on average, about $235 a week, and that's for a brand new trailer. Oregon permit, $174. That's about what it costs. I know they charge another driver about $164. This is $174, but that's just what they charge. That's how Oregon works. That's how much they charge, man. I wouldn't take no loads to Oregon. Can't do nothing about that. So the deductions, I mean, like I said, I feel like they charge them truck cleaning fee. Well, see, here's the thing about the cleaning fee, though. They charged me a truck cleaning fee too, so it's not something that they just did to him only. They charged me, y'all know they charged me the $200 cleaning fee too. I think anytime you turn a truck in, that's just an automatic charge. So I don't think they had anything to do with them thinking he wasn't coming back or not. They were gonna charge that regardless. Plus, you gotta understand, when he comes back, he not getting in the same truck. He getting in, if they have a truck available when he comes back, they gonna put him in whatever they got available. If there's a lease truck open. If it ain't a lease truck open, he ain't got no job. But they should have never charged him for fuel and DEL for return with less than received. Now that charge right there make you not come back. They shouldn't have charged for that. Fuel card missing. I mean, he can send the fuel card back if it's that important. But like I said, to get a new fuel card is free. I don't know, what is he paying $150 for? Then the windshield repair, I mean, if he coming back, why even charge it? But I don't know if the windshield is damaged or not. I mean, if it is, I mean, what does it matter? It still shouldn't charge it. It should be on the company. But anyways, let's go to this fuel. Oh, we had a toll. Okay, Spring Creek toll. I guess that's Illinois toll, 915. There's no way to verify that. It's, you know, y'all get on these toll roads. I have no idea how much a toll road costs, but ChatGPT and Grok, you tell ChatGPT or Grok, what exit you getting on that, what exit you got off, is gonna, and tell you got semi truck, it's gonna tell you the 100% accurate price. Shoot, fuel card. Okay, let's see. We're getting fuel out of Oregon. Okay, so probably hit type in the Oregon permit number and the fuel at the fuel pump, which usually it may ask for you gotta type in your DOT number and your license plate number, all that crap. 75 gallons, $343. That's like $4.58 a gallon. So we're getting fuel up here. Fuel is up here in the $4, but we hauling freight way down here. So we hauling freight for $1.45, but we paying $4.50 for fuel. So $4.58 for fuel in Oregon, and that's in Troutdale. Went over to Ontario, got another 50 gallons at $4.19. Went down to Idaho, got another 50 gallons at $4.09. Went down to Nebraska, $3.78. Then went over to Iowa, $3.95. I got the mud flap prices for you. If you guys want to use mud flap for free and not the fee, give you that good fuel discount, but you gotta have cash to use it. Cash out of your own pocket. So up in Oregon, he got fuel for $4.58. The mud flap price is $3.90. He went to Ontario and got fuel for $4.19. The mud flap price is $3.64. Same thing in Idaho Falls. In Nebraska, City, Nebraska, pump price $3.78. Mud flap price $3.43. And then in Waterloo, Iowa, he paid $3.95 pump. Mud flap is $3.24. Put him in the hole negative $1,501, but that's obviously because the freight was not paying enough to cover tolls. Is it his fault? No, it's not. It's really not his fault. I told you guys, y'all know I worked at this Russian company. I told you guys when I was there, this company is extremely unprofitable. They don't know how to, guys, they unprofitable. They booked this crap, they got the crap off DAT load board. Trust me, if they booked it for $1.40 something, that's what it said on DAT load board. They don't negotiate, they don't know how to negotiate. Ain't no point in trying to get them to negotiate that. Look, that's just what they run freight for, $1.40 something. And as long as $1.40 something is enough to pay the truck note, trailer note, and they deductions and they insurance, who cares? I mean, who cares? But I mean, this is a high cost operation. I mean, you gotta understand, whether it's your truck or a lease truck, it's still y'all business. I mean, I know nobody wanna own no truck, so this is when you don't wanna own no truck. Vladimir or Mr. Charlie, they'll provide you a brand new truck, but in a brand new truck, you see $949 a week. How much is that? $949 times 4, $3,796 plus truck miles. Truck miles, I forgot to add in the truck miles. What truck miles is usually they charge like like 12 cents a mile. So $215 a week. I don't know why they don't just put that in the truck note. So let me recalculate this. So $215 times 4, that's $860. Okay, so that's $860, then $949 times 4, $37.96 plus $860. So truck note $4,656 a month. Now, of course, if you guys want cheaper options, you got Long Mountain. You can go over there. I mean, they'll cut this in half. They'll cut this in half. Get a used truck over there. You got Arrow Truck Sales. You got the auction, Facebook Marketplace. You got dealerships, used truck dealerships, Freightliner. I mean, it's a lot of different ways to cut this down. But disclaimer, not trying to get nobody to get no type of lower cost operation, nothing like that. I mean, you know, I'm kind of done with those days. I'm just running the numbers. That's all I'm doing. The only thing I think they should do, man, take off this fuel card missing and this fuel and DEF, and maybe the windshield repair. I think those are unfair. But other than that, still be in the hole. He didn't run enough. He didn't run enough miles. The freight didn't pay enough either. I mean, driving freight at minimum should be $2 a mile. Let me look on DAT load board and see if freight is actually paying this cheap. Let me just see. Well, it's already 3 o'clock, so all the loads is gone. But let me look anyway. Let me look for tomorrow. So we got drive-in. And let's look up in, where did he come from? Oregon? Vancouver, Washington. Vancouver, Washington. Let's look for tomorrow. Let's do like the rest. Let's go to the highest rate. Okay, I'm seeing $1.40, $1.50, $1.60. I don't see anything over $2. Wait, I forgot. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm doing it like how they do it. It's showing me everything 2,000 plus miles. Let me do it how I would do it. Highest rate per mile. Okay, let's do it that way. Okay, everything. He can't do no short runs, so let me. Okay, 600 miles. Oregon to Montana. Oh, that's a dead zone. I wouldn't be going that way. Let me try. I'm trying to find something about 700 miles that's not Montana out of Oregon. Okay, I see one 900 miles, Oregon to Cody, Wyoming. 2,300, $2.38. I'm seeing Oregon to Idaho, $1,000, $2.35. I'm seeing Seattle, Washington to Albuquerque, New Mexico, 3,400, $2.33 a mile. Washington to Seattle, Washington to New Mexico. Did I say that at first? New Mexico? Oh, it's the same load, 3,400. Let me keep scrolling. Got Oregon to Colorado, $2,200, $1.96. Seattle, Washington, and Memphis, Tennessee, $4,600, $1.93. So it's plenty of loads that paid more than $1.40. I'm seeing Washington to Denver, Colorado, $2,400. I don't know why they ended up going with $1.40. I mean, unless maybe they waited to 2 p.m. or something, and that was the only thing on the load board. I don't know, but I do have a suggestion to avoid all this shoe shine. Number one, this is what I tried to tell the Russians. They didn't listen to me though. Why are we up in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah? Why are we over here? Why are we over here? I was a company driver and it was unprofitable for me. It's unprofitable for a lease driver. It's unprofitable for the company. Why are we over here? Why do we have to run freight for $1.40, $1.20? What are we doing? Why are we everything Midwest, Northeast, everything just don't go past Texas? Why we can't stay over here where freight makes sense? Why are we out here where there's no freight and what are we doing? I don't know, man. I don't know. Me personally, I would leave the company because, like I said, when I was there, every week was so unprofitable. And it's just how they book their freight. They looking for this cheap freight. I don't know. I don't know. They got a high cost operation. The fuel cars they got cut off before. You know, they barely having money. I don't know. I don't get it, man. They on the brink of collapse, if you ask me. But you know, this is what you guys have to go through because number one, you guys don't want to own no truck. You don't want your own business. You don't want to do anything like that. So, Mr. Charlie and Vladimir, what they got waiting for you and for all y'all watching that's maybe coming up from McDonald's, getting your CDL, coming into this trucking game. I know some of y'all going to Prime Meek. You know what Mr. Charlie got waiting for you? Rob Lowe, aka Mr. Charlie at Prime Meek. What he got waiting for you? $9.49 a week truck note, all the way up to $1,300, $1,400 if you one of them fools that go down the Stars and Stripes over there in Springfield, Missouri and put all that shoe shine on the side of the truck. $1,300, $1,400 a week is what Mr. Charlie got waiting for you guys, and you will love it. You will love it. You gonna love to pay it, and you gonna get on YouTube and show us the side of the truck and tell us how high of a bill you paying, and you gonna love it. You gonna stay out there and slave 2-3 years in the Prime Meek truck, and after all that slaving, eventually you gonna say, "Dang, what am I doing out here? I don't know what you're doing out here. I don't know. Shoot, man, I don't know, man. It's a lot of truck drivers that came before y'all that y'all can learn from, but you're not learning. You're not learning." But like I said, boy, there's a lot better options. Lot better options. How many miles is this anyway? 23. This okay? Legal miles. Boy, y'all can't make it driving legally. Y'all can't make it driving legally. Be honest with you, at $1.45, even if we double the miles up, they ain't no money. Let's double the miles and double the pay. Okay, if we keep this crap up right here, he did what? Total miles, 2392. Let's double that. 2392 times 2, 4,784 miles. First of all, you need to start running harder than Josh. Josh out running you. Josh do that over. He do that in his sleep every week. I need you to catch up. Now, if you do 4,784 miles at times $1.54. That's no, my bad, too high. $1.45. $6,936. Okay, we may be working with something. 4,700 miles, 100-hour clock, 100-hour clock. We may be working with something now. Okay, hold on now. We had to double the deductions, huh? We had to double the, and we had to double the fuel. I'm trying to think. No, we don't double the deductions. We double the fuel. So 69.36 minus. He done $1,685.17 in fuel. Okay, subtract that twice. 1,685.17. So we down to $3,566.46. Okay, let's knock down these deductions without the BS. So we're gonna take the truck lease, $949. He down to $26.17. And we'll jump down to administrative fee, $150. Then take away the $40 for occupation, minus $259, minus $35, minus $235, minus $215, minus that Oregon permit, $174. We down to $1,500. And as long as you don't pay, like I said, that fuel and DEF, that cleaning fee, and then fuel card, and the fuel card and the windshield, I mean, $1,500. So my advice, if you're gonna stay over here, you got to double the miles up. You got to work 100 hours a week. Okay, you need to start beating Josh. So if you see Josh on YouTube talking about, 4,500, 5,000 miles, you need to be about 4,700 miles at $1.45 per mile. After all the deductions, we're looking at about good $1,500. 7 days a week, 100-hour work week. Yeah. I know it sounds crazy, driver. This is what happens when you lease a truck. Okay. Let me stop joking, man. My advice: leave immediately. I would not return back. They didn't put your escrow on the bottom of the page like they do every other settlement. Above the grand total, it's supposed to say escrow $2,500. I don't see it on here, so I'm assuming they already robbed you of that. But yeah, I wouldn't go back. My advice. Okay, got a clean MVR. Probably no PSP points, or if you do, that really don't matter. Really, what matters is that clean MVR and the fact you're now in the SAP program. I would switch trailer, man. I would switch to trailers, man. I would get away from that driving. I would go do car hauling or some form of tanker, whether it be pneumatic tanker in the oil field or food grade tanker, fuel hauling. You got the butane fuel tanks. You can get into cryogenics. That's gonna give you $2,000 every week, man. If you can get on with Genox, GENOX, put an application in for them. You got LGT. They work 3 weeks on, 1 week off. When you take your 1 week off, they will give you a free plane ticket. They fly you home for a week and fly you back, no matter where you're at. So say you live here in Tennessee, you up there in Oregon. When the 3 weeks hit, they will get you to the nearest airport and fly you home, round trip, and fly you back to the truck. 3 weeks on, 1 week off. That's a company called LGT. It's a hazmat company. But anyways, man, I'm finna get on up off of here, man. Hopefully y'all learned something.